Hello and welcome to Talking Corner. This is Gamers Corner's podcast. Today we're going to do Gamers Corner Reacts, and we're going to be reacting to Assassin's Creed's Valhalla. Boys, let's get it started.
Well, sure.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
So what do you guys know about Valhalla so far? That's going to be
I
awesome.
know absolutely nothing.
All I know is it's an Assassin's Creed game.
Uh,
Sick.
It's a gameplay trailer, this one.
I reckon it's the best era. That
Best
Viking
era.
Wars-
Yeah, it's the brutal one, isn't it? It's where everything was brutal.
It's
I
so
mean,
clutch.
Assassin's Creed's brutal in the beginning, but
I want to watch more Roman-y
and
kind
then
of stuff.
with Vikings as well. Ooh.
It's going to be good. Anyway, let's do it.
I'm excited.
Do it.
Work in progress.
In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you will relive the epic saga of the Viking invasion of England. You play as Eivor, a Viking from Norway, who will lead his or her battle-hardened warriors across the North Sea to the British Isles. Eivor
Looks
is driven
good.
by an ambitious goal: to build a thriving Norse settlement in a hostile land.
For the good of our clan, it is time we go a Viking. Today we raid,
I love the
that
effects.
tomorrow we may build.
England is a dark age tangle of broken kingdoms and warring dynasties, a land of opportunity and riches. As you prowl England's rivers by longship,
So it's
you
got
may
a bit
raid
of a black,
locations you
a black
spot from the shoreline.
It does, yeah.
Ground your
vibe
ship
to it.
and blow your horn to lead your raiding crew into battle.
No, the old fire arrows.
You can fire arrow, like burn the houses and all the huts. Everything's sort of like reactionary to different things that you do.
Because you can never really properly interact with things, could you? It's just
Your
climbing.
crew will assist you in all your raids.
And you can revive your army as well.
Yeah. Sort of take them on raids with you, so you go like.
And stealing cargo too heavy.
Do you reckon you kind of level them up as you go with you and you try and keep them alive?
The riches and resources you
Yeah, I reckon
possess
you probably
may
do.
be used to
I
develop your
wonder if they're going
settlement,
to bring
giving
co-op
you
into
access
this
to
then.
useful services.
You know, so like
better
we could
tools,
all
and new
jump in
settlers.
and raid a...
At the heart of
That would
your
be
settlement
awesome.
is the Alliance map. It
Think
will
of the
serve as a
world as
record of the
Vikings.
allies you
I
have
like
made
the sound of it.
and a guide for future
Yeah,
opportunities.
look at that. Essex.
The Viking Age was a time of warriors
Essex.
and
Let's go to
legends.
Essex.
In Valhalla,
Let's go take over
you will
Essex.
find the largest variety of enemies ever assembled in an Assassin's Creed game. Every archetype offers a unique challenge.
The good thing here too, I
Some
read
will
about
coordinate
here
with
as
their
well, is
allies for special
You've
attacks,
got like different
while
bosses,
others will
different
use
enemies
nearby
that you've got to
objects to
fight,
their
but
advantage,
Each one like sort of
including the
fights
bodies of
differently.
fallen warriors.
You know, in
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed,
Yeah.
usually it was
To
a
face
lot
these
very
attacks,
typical. You
You
had the
must
same
find and
kind of.
exploit your opponent.
Yeah, it's usually parry, bang.
Yeah, we're going to say it's parrying counter.
Take the fight to your
Oh.
foes
This
with
one's
a host of
guy that
brutal
got their
new
own
combat
different
abilities. Snare them with the Viking heart.
That was boss.
Incapacitate them with the new stun system to keep them at a distance,
This looks sweet.
or finish them off.
The field of view.
Dual wield any two weapons you wish.
We own
A
here.
deadly combination of attacks.
Yes, the fucking... That looks a lot like Destiny,
Customize
that.
your fighting style as you see.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
Become
did
a
you see the way that you
legendary
put all your
Viking
armor
warrior.
and your weapons on them? That's like a Destiny layout. And it said something like a power score at the bottom.
All combinations of weapons are available to dual wield, including two shields.
The world
Two
definitely
shields.
so much more.
Yeah, dual wielding of weapons.
Not
is
all
cool.
situations.
Did you see that fucking beheading just
On
there?
this new land,
There's the
a
hood.
Viking must find a way to adapt.
Going back into the
Classic.
blending
As
out.
Eivor is
the
not
classic
welcome in
stealth
England.
mode.
You may need to outsmart your enemies, avoiding unwanted attention in towns and bustling cities.
I still don't know whether I would have preferred
Use
it
Eivor's
to be a
hood
different
and cloak to
series
blend with
altogether and
crowds,
away from
and
Assassin's
slip past
Creed, maybe.
watchful eyes. An
Bit
unseen
like God
hunter
of War
among
was
the
like.
people.
I don't know. I feel like Assassin's Creed, at least you kind of got the mechanics down pat, kind of.
From capital cities and villages to
But then again, it's been pretty
densest forests in the
disappointing.
hills of England.
The last
Exploration is
10.
vital to keeping yourself sharp. You must feed off the land if you hope to endure.
That's Black Flag.
huge.
Hunt and forage
Like
to replenish
fishing
your
and
health
hunting
and
and that.
fortify your equipment.
Oh, big
Oh.
one. Big one. Oh, massive one. Oh my god, huge.
Wow.
one.
Search pagan temples and Roman
Stonehenge.
ruins for new activities and challenges to strengthen
Nice.
yourself
Cypher's
and your
gonna love
settlement.
this.
Cypher's triggered.
The more you explore,
All right, I'm
the
buying
more
the
of
game.
England's secrets you will reveal.
Yeah.
I'm buying it the day it comes out.
Did he just use an eagle?
Yeah, they used the eagle in Odyssey.
But as you push
I wonder
deeper
if
into
this is going to
England,
be
the enemy will
cross-platform.
push
Are
back.
you gonna, like, if it
In a series
is
of climactic moments,
multiplayer?
Assassin's Creed
Oh,
Valhalla
that's pretty
will
cool.
feature massive assaults
That's
in
cool.
which you will lead Eivor's army into battle.
I love this
against
bit. This
heavily
bit sounds
guarded
awesome to
Saxon
me.
fortresses.
It reminds me of like a Total War game, but like you're the hero.
Fight for your land. And tomorrow, we rebuild.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will transport you to wondrous and haunted lands, inspired by Norse myths and England's pagan roots. It will challenge and surprise, with unforgettable characters, thrilling triumphs, and tragic losses, giving you the
Just
chance
hoping it follows
to
like
live your
that, like
own
Flag War.
Viking saga.
Yeah.
It's like Mortal Kombat shit right there.
You can play as two characters, do either her or the guy.
Yeah, same as
That's a little bit of a syndicate.
that's what happened with Odyssey as well. You play as the male or the female.
Right, right. Because I know Syndicate was based around
Twins.
brother and sister, weren't they?
I actually like Syndicate, to be honest.
I loved it.
It got a bit of a hate, but I
Played a
liked
lot.
it.
I bought all the extension packs for it as well. You know, the Jack the Ripper one and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to go and kill Jack the Ripper, and then you played as him, and you was like twice as fucking agile as an actual assassin was. It was crazy.
That game looks so great.
So what do you
That
think?
looked really good. That I like that.
I think graphically it's just gonna be out of this world. It'll be next gen. It's coming out around that same time as next gen consoles.
I just can't
So
wait
I think
for that.
It's not going to be on. Do you think it could be an exclusive?
Nah, it's
for
gonna be
the console?
everywhere. It's gonna be everywhere, I think.
Yeah, nah, Ubisoft don't do it.
Yeah, it'll be.
I think what they're doing, what they seem to be doing, it'll be on PS4 and PS5, and if it's anything like what the Xbox seems to be doing, they're bringing out like two versions, one for each, but then you get like the upgraded version when you have like the upgraded console sort of thing. You know what I mean? It's almost like an additional download to get the actual full high res version sort of thing.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I think it'll still run really well on PS4 and Xbox One. Anyway,
Yeah.
but obviously going to be better. We're interested to see when it comes out on PC. Hopefully launch as well. If not, I'll just buy it on Xbox, I guess.
Now, do you think it's going to be the same setup as in like you're going to be in different characters or different times? You know, don't they go back and forth to like?
They've kind of, in the last few games anyway, they've kind of present days kind of taken the back foot. While when Desmond Miles was the main character in the first few Assassin's Creed games,
Based around the fucking.
yeah, he would go back every now and
Machine,
then.
weren't it?
Yeah, and now it's kind of just all about the past. Because when they killed off Desmond, spoilers for 15 years ago, it was like huge. Yeah, and they kind of shot themselves in the foot there. That's where I feel like where they went wrong when they killed him
I
off.
remember on one of the Assassin's Creed when you come out of the machine and then you had to run around like the place that you was in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was.
That was Assassin's
crazy,
Creed
man.
2. Yeah.
Yeah.
And jump back into the machine and shit.
Yeah, and then go back as an assassin. It was like future, present. So
Yeah.
Because you were learning how to get into that, right? Like you were learning how
Yeah.
to adapt to it or to.
Well, you had to
interact
become
with
an
it.
assassin outside the machine.
Yeah, so you'd get there was a thing called the bleeding effect, which you would take on the abilities that you'd learnt when you were in the Animus. So then Desmond would be able to do the same kind of shit as like Altair and Ezio did, which is pretty cool. But now it's kind of not really like that at all.
Yeah, now it's more
It's
just
not
the
based
game.
around the original assassins, isn't it?
Yeah.
So do you think the main character, this female, you're going to be that character the entire way through?
Yeah, I think by the way it looked there, it looks like your name's going to be, was it Evor or Ezor or something? And it doesn't matter if you're female or male, you're going to be Ezor. And you just get to choose. and it'll be the
Like,
same thing.
Yeah, you can choose between the two, but you'll probably be maybe stuck with them through the whole story. But
Yeah, you would
at the
be.
start.
Yeah. So in Odyssey, you could either be, so you're a Spartan, and so at the start they chucked one off the cliff. If you chose male, the female got chucked off the cliff. If you chose female, the male got. But then they would survive, and they would end up being the main antagonist kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if you started as the male, then the female would be the bad guy, and if you're the female, then the male would be the bad guy and stuff like that. So I feel like, I don't know if that'll be the same thing in Valhalla, but so it didn't really matter who you chose. It's still the same story, except obviously the opposite.
So I imagine then it probably wouldn't be some type of multiplayer, because unless
It could
would only
be.
a male and female, because you can't have the same female running around or the same male
Yeah.
character running around, could you?
Well, you could have certain aspects, I think, like when you're doing those raids and assaults, you could have that as a multiplayer only thing, which wouldn't affect your main story. It would be like, you could send, you team up, so I could team up with you, and we'd have our own armies, and it'd be like a separate thing, just like a multiplayer kind of thing. I think that'd be really cool.
Can you imagine an Assassin's Creed VR?
Sitting there going, throwing knives and shit.
A bunch of assassins running around killing each other.
That'd be pretty cool.
On your horse to the last
But
one.
it's not. You can't put it out of the option, can you? With the battle royales that are coming out, not to mention the way that Star Wars was. Some of the characters only had a lightsaber. So it's like, some of the heroes only had a lightsaber. You didn't have a gun to run around with, did you?
Right.
So you had to sort of, do you know what I mean? You could imagine having like 100 people in that lobby, and all just running around with stealth blades and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, do you actually remember the online?
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I think it was
the online
in.
Assassin's Creed. Do you remember what you had to do in that?
Not really. I remember it was there. I think it was Assassin's Creed
You
3.
had to like.
Brotherhood?
It was sort of like there was no textures, so there was no houses or anything. It was just blocks, and you had to like blend in with people and stuff like that. And then somebody would come running past, and you needed to kill him. But
I played it a
sometimes
few
they'd
times.
walk
It's really
past you,
fun.
and you didn't even know it were them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like it was just crazy. It was crazy. I
It was,
can't-
it was really fun to start off with, man. I really
it was,
enjoyed
yeah.
it.
It was one of my favourite franchises early on.
It's a bit like what's that Call of Duty mode where you can change what you turn into, and they've got to hunt you
Oh,
down.
Prop hunt.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Prop Hunt, you know what I mean? Where you sort of run off and you got to blend in with a group of people, and they're trying to find you.
Yeah.
And I think
You're
you
like,
got penalised,
hiding
didn't
with
you?
all
if
these
you-
people.
I think you got penalised if you killed a civilian as well. So, like, if I tried to take you out and it was a civilian, it was like a penalisation against me.
Yeah, you'd be
So
sitting
you
there
had to
like
be
people
yeah.
on the bench. All of a sudden, he fucking murders the guy right next to you. You're like, shit.
And it's like, fucking, yeah.
Didn't see a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what you do as well. You could use the whistle, so you'd like blend in. Like there'd be a group of them whistling and that, and you could whistle with them. And shit like that. Like it was proper crazy.
I think what would be cool with this game, if they're talking about being able to do raids, imagine if you had like squads of 10, right, and you actually go and take over somebody else's territory within a game, and
Pretty
conquer
cool.
their,
Yeah.
almost like factions.
It's probably already been announced and we haven't even known.
A bit like
Probably.
old school San Andreas. Do you remember when you used to take over the areas on San Andreas and they'd go green when you
Yeah,
took them over?
I'd try and get everything green. Like,
Yeah, I
I'd
did
go
as
Grove
well,
Street for
yeah.
life.
But yeah, I can imagine it doing that because they done that on a few of the Assassin's Creed. Actually, you take over that part of the town, don't you?
Yeah, Black Flag was like that
Become
too.
safe, so to speak.
So do you think it's going to be critically acclaimed, or do you think people are going to hate it, or it's too
I
much
think
hype?
It's gonna blow up out of the gate, mate.
They've picked the best hyped era, I think. Like, there's a lot of people
Perfect
that love
time.
That Norse,
Yeah.
that Nordic era, the whole Viking versus Britain type fucking era. A lot of people love it, so I think it'll get a lot of hype on that based alone.
Alright,
So I'm looking forward to it.
so am I.
And like I said, I haven't played one since Black Flag, so they haven't grabbed me.
I don't know what the last one was.
Odyssey.
Honestly, I don't play them. I don't
That's
know
the Greek
graphics
one.
of it. I do remember the previous ones that I used to play that the graphics in this look so much better than anything I used to play. Just the field of view, the way that almost like Call of Duty's Battle Royale, you know, when you go into, you actually run the length of a stadium, you know, you feel the depth in the game of how far you're going. And I think that they've incorporated that in this too. From watching the gameplay, that's what I picked up on. You feel more immersed into the game itself.
That looks really
Forgive
good.
me if I'm wrong, I believe the next gen consoles are going to be ray tracing, aren't they?
Yeah, I think
I'm
so.
not sure.
So
Yeah.
it's not actually pixels, it's like triangles. When I watched the Horizon Zero Dawn PlayStation 4 release, they were talking about it being ray tracing and all these triangles and how it's going to make it a better picture for you and stuff. So can you imagine them graphics on ray tracing software? Like,
That'd be awesome.
It's just going to be next to none.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Well, hope you enjoyed our Valhalla React trailer video. I think it's going to be really awesome.